What's going on, Jets fans? I'm here to tell you that although it is very subtle, that the Jacob Martin trade by Joe Douglas was yet another one of his fleeces, and if you appreciate that, a thumbs up is an easy way to show it. So the New York Jets traded defensive end Jacob Martin to the Denver Broncos, and they sent along with Jacob Martin a 2024 fifth-round pick. Coming back to the New York Jets is a 2024 fourth-rounder. And at first, I'm like, man, I know Jacob Martin's not great, but come on, he's got to be worth more than that. A pick swap from the fifth to the fourth, what's that worth overall? Like a seventh rounder, the difference between those? And not true. If we dive a little bit deeper, it's actually much more valuable than you might think at face value. So if we refer to that almighty draft value chart that we all become accustomed with around mock draft season, now it's 2024, so we can't project the records too much. I think that the Jets should be in better shape than the Broncos in 2024, but we don't know. Now, let's say, just to make the math easy, that both teams are picking around right in the middle of the rounds, around pick 15. If we look at the middle round pick of the fifth round in 2024, that has a point value of 35 points, and the middle of the fourth round carries a point value of 74 points. So that 40-point difference is worth roughly the 132nd overall pick in the draft. A very, very early fifth-round pick, one of the first fifth-round picks off the board. That's pretty solid. And we also have to remember that these picks are worth more than they ever have been in most of my Jets life, because if you're telling me it's a fifth-round pick that John Idzik or Mike Maccagnan is selecting, you can throw it right in the garbage. All right, but mid-round picks for Joe Douglas are worth way more. We're not talking about, Ardarius Stewart or Ja'Kai Polite. Sorry to bring those names up. We're talking about Max Mitchell, Michael Clemens, Michael Carter 1, Michael Carter 2, Brandon Eccles, Bryce Hall. Hey, Braden Mann, look at the way he's been putting the football besides that shank against the Patriots. All right, so I like it. And you free up some cap space. You save about $3.5-4 million. And at the end of the day, you might say Jacob Martin's overall skill set in a vacuum is maybe worth more than an early fifth-round pick, and I might agree with you. But the point is, he might be like fifth or now sixth in the pecking order of guys I want to see get reps on the defensive edge. And now it frees up more snaps for Bryce Huff, who's becoming one of the best situational edge rushers in football. Jermaine Johnson's back. He's a first-round pick. He's got to play more. And not to mention Michael Clemens, or maybe even Vinny Curry, who they think probably gives them more against their run than Jacob Martin. So I think this was a really under-the-radar, excellent trade by Joe Douglas. Jacob Martin, wishing the best. He was nothing but a pro. I like the signing, but things change, and I think this was a good move. And we'll talk football soon.